4.5 wins. All right. If you're going to go on the over, you got to play a little bit of juice at minus 135, but the under is at good odds at plus 110. Soupy, going to start back to you again for the New England Patriots over under the 4.5 wins.
They're going under. I potentially think they could have at least the top or the second pick this year. I've said this in previous team previews. When you have a bad offensive line and a rookie quarterback, it just doesn't go well. They gave up 48 sacks last year. Jacoby Brissett could possibly start maybe the first few games, but eventually I think it'll be Drake Maye. They don't have a true wide receiver. One, Kendrick Bourne, possibly, but he's coming off an ACL tear. I think Ramondre Stevenson and Hunter Henry are going to probably be their two top receiving players. I think that's what it's essentially going to be. The defense is always going to be their best asset. But as we saw last year, the defense is good. When the offense isn't, they still don't perform well. So, yeah, I'm going under 4.5 wins this year.
That 4.5 number is so scary, and I get it completely. Charles, I'm going to go to you here. What's your thoughts on this number? Is that 4.5? We over the under?
Yeah, I'm doubling down on the under 4.5 wins. I mean, they got a brutal schedule for a team that went 4-13 last season. They get just in their division, the Jets twice, Dolphins and Bills twice, then Bengals, Seahawks, 49ers, Texans, Jaguars, Bears, Rams, Colts, and Chargers. I struggled to find over 4 wins on that schedule, so I'm comfortable taking the under 4.5.
Yeah, the AB's taking the under as well on the 4.5. And then I will go ahead and back you as well. The Patriots under the 4.5 wins. If you look at their roster, it's just laughable. It's ugly. Like, what are they doing? And Jacoby Brissett, I think he's okay. But as Subi was explaining there with Drake Maye, I don't know how in the world they just don't say, you know what? It might be the second game of the season. Let's go ahead and go to him, because what else could go wrong? I just think that it's going to be very telling very early in the season. They're going to go ahead and go to their rookie QB, and I don't see why they wouldn't. Jacoby Brissett is not the long-term answer. Maye is. And so I think they're going to have to go to him very early. That's going to play into my next play for sure. But Soupy, let's go back to you here and look at what kind of a prop that you might have on them. It looks like we're going to the defense.
Yeah, last year they had 36 sacks. This year, I think they could get to that number again because of the 14 different opponents that they are facing. 9 of them are below average in sacks against, according to Pro Football Focus. So I think they can get over that 36 sacks this year. And the thing is, too, I tried to find a lot of player props for the Patriots. We didn't find a lot because I think this team is just so in flux right now. A couple I'll just kind of highlight when they come out. I would take Drake Maye's under passing yards, and I would take Ramondre Stevenson's over rushing touchdowns for this year. So when those come out, I would look for those numbers.
All right. Hey, listen, no shot across the bow to the Drake Maye stuff. Listen, I'm trying to go with mine. So I'm gonna go with mine first, and then we'll hit the Charles and ABs. But since we're talking about Drake Maye, let's go ahead and just talk about it. The most rookie pass yards. It's plus 2,000. It's just a small sprinkle. As we're talking about units the other day, let's just go a small part of what you normally play. So maybe just a tenth of a unit, or maybe a quarter of a unit if you want to go that direction. But let's look at the other guys that are above him on that number. And it's going to be Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and Bo Nix. I get it. They're all probably starting. If not, week 1, they're probably starting very early as well. But we're talking about guys that Caleb Williams, he has a good team. Maybe they say, hey, we don't need him to pass as much. Maybe. I don't know. But then Jaden Daniels could be, there could be an injury with either him or Bo Nix. They could be behind and throwing up a little bit, and then maybe he gets sacked. I don't know. I'm just hoping that something shakes out, but Drake Maye gets an opportunity early on. They're going to be losing, as we said. So if they're going to be losing, then I expect us to throw up some yards here for Drake Maye, and he has the potential. So I'm going to go ahead and go with my plus 2,000 play of the most rookie passing yards. It was hard to find the player props. It really was. Yeah. So Charles, let's go over to you and see what you got here.
I'm going to take the Patriots 0 wins after the first 5 games, with the rookie head coach and an unproven quarterback situation. I just think it's a long year. They're probably playing for more draft picks next season as well, because the first 5 games, they get the Bengals. The Seahawks could be the one they could pull out, and then Jets, 49ers, and Dolphins. But realistically, I could see 0-5 to start the season for the Patriots.
Yeah, I think that is probably one of the best plays because they will be pretty bad. All right, so AB obviously took the under, but he also has a play here, and it's going to be the AFC East, the exact finish order. So he's not looking at just the Patriots. He's looking at everybody in the AFC East, and it's going to go the Dolphins, Bills, Jets, and Patriots in that order. It is plus 600. We talked a lot about the Dolphins and the Bills yesterday, both those teams. We were kind of split on a little bit. But the Dolphins having a better season than the Bills, who lost a very key defensive player yesterday, I believe it was, and then the Jets being behind them, and then the Patriots. The only thing that could get a little bit shaky is that Jets team. They could be a little surprising, and they could mix up that order a little bit, especially with the Bills, depending on how that plays out. So that could be